Hey everyone, welcome back. I am here with the July Cards, Tags, and More kit, and I am gonna be working on my first project. But first, I'm just gonna go over real quick what's in here. There is this doily die. Hopefully the lawnmower's not too loud there in the background, but at least I know that nobody's going to be coming in and trying to talk to me. There is this stamp set, some Tres Jolie chipboard flourishes, a pack of 49 and Market flowers, some of this seam binding here, and then 10 sheets of this cardstock, which it's all single-sided. And I'm just gonna kind of flip through real quick here. And there's those, and this one I've already cut into 4-inch sections like so. I'm going to turn this into an accordion fold, just a little mini album, little flip mini album, which I really kind of like the fact that the back is plain, just because I don't have to worry about hiding a side. You'll see what I mean when I fold it up. You know, I don't have to pick which side I like better. So I have it like this, and it's probably going to be 4 inches, well, 4 inches this way, and probably like 3 inches or so this way. Actually, let me see here. Kind of want to look at this. I might do 4 by 4. No, I'll do 4 by like 3, because I'm going to need parts to fold over, the little flaps to fold over. So I'm going to grab up my scoreboard and then start scoring where I want my folds to go. Alright, I have my pieces cut out and kind of just stuck together how they'll be going. And I wanted to say, these, as you can see, it's just really small. I just kind of shaved off a bit here and there as I needed it. And that's because this is rather kind of thick cardstock, weight, you know, printed pattern paper, and those shavings came off of the edges that go in to the fold, just so that it would keep everything lined up rather nice. I'm just sticking it under there so it quits unraveling on me. And now I am going to use my doily die here on, I think I'm going to use a couple different sheets of the pattern paper. Let me pull a couple out. I'm going to go on this one, and I'm going to cut it in half real quick, or before I put it on this. And I'm going to do another half in this one. Yeah. And now you can just cut it out without this and then glue them in place when you're ready. I, however, have these 12 by 12 adhesive sheets, which is just going to kind of speed up the process for me. And that's just, you know, I won't have dry time or anything like that. So they're not a requirement. You can just use whatever glue you have on hand when you get to gluing them in place. So, gonna work on that real quick, getting these prepared, and I may or may not use all of my doilies on this project. I'm not quite sure yet. I don't think that they will all fit, but I will have some for other projects, or other projects using the kit. All right, I have 3 cut out of each one, and I'm going to just kind of trim it down because I think the solid pieces that are left I will turn into tags, possibly, possibly. I might even use the negative cuts kind of as background decoration, interest, texture, whatever you want to say. So I'm just going to work on this, and I'm going to show you kind of what I'm thinking with my doilies, just to start. I have little pieces everywhere right now because I just kind of dumped them off and tossed them over and cut the next one. Pop out some of these. I'm going to grab up 2 different ones. That's what I've been working on as my plan. I'm going to kind of look for... I guess that one is the one. There we go. See if I can't clean this up a bit, because this is kind of what I'm thinking. I want to take them and peel them apart and stick them together, because then I want to, and I know this might seem weird, I'm going to kind of trim them, because they're going to go in like this, and I'm just going to have like little pieces sticking up. So after I stick them together, I'm just going to trim off the edges. Does that make sense? So stick that back out of the way. I'm going to work on sticking them together and then cutting them into pieces, and then going on to the sticking them in and around and out of the little accordion journal there. All right, now it's time to start kind of thinking about assembly. And the first thing first is going to be connecting the strips of paper to each other. So I'm just going to get my glue and put it on those little tabs and get them put together so they quit sliding all over on me, for one thing. Alright, this is what I'm doing. I just cut them in half, and then I'm trimming them off so they'll be straight, so they fit in to the folds, and they're just going to stick out the top. So I'm just going to finish up these last couple pieces here. Just like so, so that they go in and stick up like that. And for right now, I am going to just glue them in place, and I'm going to glue them low because of the stitching, and I don't want to put my sewing machine through too many layers of glue. So actually, I think that just to tack them in place, I'm just going to run some for my glider here and stick them in place once I make sure I know which one's kind of the top. Before I sew everything down. Alright, I just ran simple straight stitch along the top and the bottom just to make a match. And now I'm gonna glue my pages together and put some weight on it just to until you know it's dry, and then I'll get to putting some decorations in my little booklet here. Alright, because I have another half left, I'm going to be putting it down here on the cover, and I cut out a piece off of one of those leftover strips like so, and kind of going around just playing with the parts and pieces I have. And I actually am considering maybe adding that. I'm not sure. Oh, maybe like that. Let me just sort of play around. But you can kind of see where I'm going here. I'm kind of going to talk about the different options I've been thinking about. I'm going to just cut part of this seam binding, clean up this edge here, so that it can be attached like this and wrapped around, but I wanted it to be underneath all of this here, so it'll be like that. So those are what's starting there. And then on my pages, I have a couple little scraps here left of this, and I've pulled out some of my punches. I have a 1.5 inch circle punch and a 1-inch circle punch. So I'm thinking of punching holes or punching circles out of these pieces here, and on the parts I have left here, I'm thinking of doing tags, just decorative tags, I guess you might say. They're going to be part of the background, so I would just cut them down to a little bit shorter than the pages, like so. Different sizes. And if you just, you can pretty much eyeball it and do it like that with a pair of scissors. I have a corner punch because, well, I like making sure everything's as even as possible. So I'm just going to clip the edge or the corners of my tag pieces that I want. Maybe some of these shorter ones I can do like brackets. So there's that. I'm kind of trying to explain ahead of time so that once I get going, it kind of will make sense what you're seeing, hopefully. Now, back kind of to talk about my cover, now that I'm kind of got that explained there. Because before I put this on, I did want to stamp it with, I'm not sure which one I'll be using exactly. Like if this was going to be a birthday memory book or celebration. Let's see here. And I think I will do birthday. And I'm just going to eyeball it for this. See if I can get the happy birthday both on here. Well, I can't do them both at the same time. So I'll do one and then the other, because there will be some overlap, but not a lot, which I'm okay with. And then I'm going to grab up just some ink. Let's see what colors. There, I'm just going to use some brown ink. It kind of, goes with a nice neutral color here. And there's that, just a little cover there to kind of explain what's in there. You could put little pictures from a birthday celebration, little memory book type thing going on here. So I'm going to set this off to dry so I don't smudge it. And then just kind of start thinking about exactly how I want to put these together. I might also kind of cut into the other halves I have here. Maybe some circles. I also have a 2.5-inch circle punch. Just shapes, tags, just to add a couple of, you know, a little bit of layering effect onto my pages. My little flip book here is complete. It's ready. You can put notes in it, little pictures, make a little memory book for somebody's birthday or whatever you want it to be. I just have mine stamped for a birthday. On the ends of my seam binding, I used some Fray No More. It's a really liquidy fabric glue. I guess that's the best to describe it as. I actually don't know how old that bottle is. You could tie knots in your ends if you don't want them to fray, or even just dip them in even the glue that you used to put your book together. Just anything there along the edges to hold them together. So I hope that you enjoyed this little project and that it gave you some ideas of what can be done with items that are found in this month's Cards, Tags, and More kit. And as always, thank you for joining us here at Tres Jolie, and I will see you again soon.